Hi, folks. How's everybody doing today? I hope you're all doing well. I just wanted to talk to you about a few things that are going on in the world of mental health, and I've noticed this lately, and it's something that I believe we all have to be aware of. The first thing is there is a lot of kids out here basically coming in for therapy. Their parents want them to be involved in therapy. High school kids, college kids, and teachers themselves are the primary groups that I am seeing. And I'm seeing quite a few people lately, and the days are long. And it's very important that these people really want to be here. And the thing with kids it's very difficult to get some of them, not all of them, but some of them motivated for treatment. And parents kind of want them to get the treatment, and so they set goals and objectives for their kids. But if the kids, the teenagers, primarily the teenagers, not the college students, but the teenagers, if they don't want to do this, if they don't have the motivation to actually get the help, then it's very difficult to teach them skills. They can be resistant at first. That's why it's important. It's so crucial for parents to get on board and learn these skills as well. Now, I teach skills on Tuesday nights to parents. I have parent empowerment, which they learn the same skills the kids are learning, so they can make parenting more about their kids than themselves, more than overreacting, and actually keeping their heads clear and their emotions calm, so they can be more effective at parenting. And then I teach proper reinforcement skills based on the human species and how we operate, how we behave. And those two work together, because the parents, they learn these skills in order to step back and learn how to deal with their stress and keep themselves in a more calmer, content way emotionally and mentally. And the kids learn it too. So the kids' job is to step back and control their impulses and emotions, lead happier lives, but also to be able to behave properly, to get reinforcement, to get rewards that are presented to them from the parents. And the parents keep calm so they can deliver the rewards. And it all really meshes together very, very well. And when I say rewards, I'm not saying you just reward your kids for everything and let them get away with things. But that's something I can explain to you if you're ever interested in contacting me. The other thing I want to tell you is there is a trend, and I was a little bit doubtful for quite a while, but I'm seeing it develop now right before my very eyes, where I'm seeing a lot of kids come in here and they have absolutely, and I hate to say it, but zero social skills. And I don't know if it's because it's the lack of socialization due to the COVID virus, which hopefully will be returning back to normal one day. I don't know if it's because of that, but I have a strange feeling based on some of the college students I've spoken to and others, and my own, what I've seen myself, what I've witnessed myself by doing the treatment, is that I believe it is apparent with this generation, primarily the one growing up right now, the middle school kids, grammar school, middle school kids, and high school kids growing up now. They're really not learning how to socialize. A lot of it probably has to do with media, video games, social networking, all that stuff that is really getting in the way of things and disrupting true human interaction, because of course online people are pretending a lot. They're behaving as if there's somebody else, and it's causing a lot of competitiveness, a lot of competition. What you're seeing isn't really what you're getting, and these aren't real friends. And people tend to develop interest, primarily kids, because they think it's the cool thing to do. It's not really about them and what they like. They just want to look good by listening to certain music, following certain trends. It might really not be something that's really them. So these are all the dangers of social media, the dangers of of video games. And there's a flip side. There is some good things about them. But what I'm seeing right now is these kids are very limited. They have no true manners. They don't know how to say thank you or please or reciprocity. Hey, how you doing today, John? Doing great, Dr. Cordier. How are you? And they are really lacking motivation. And I think a lot of that might have to do with online technology, and they just don't know how to behave in front of each other. They're not really exposed enough to real life situations, and I think the online learning has made it worse. A lot of kids with ADHD and have spectrum problems and other issues have a difficult time focusing online as it is, and they're struggling even more in the academic atmosphere. But socialization is very important for kids at this age. That's why homeschooling is okay temporarily if a child needs it, but socialization is a tough thing, even though kids can be very mean these days and whatnot, but there's ways around that, ways that we can discuss sometime in the future. So I just wanted to point that out to you. This is a big concern. Teach your kids the basics, the manners, how to connect with each other, how to actually respond to somebody being nice to them, and how to get your needs met by being not only motivated to want to do something, but by learning to reach out, connect with others, because that's how we operate as humans. Humans evolved to be social creatures. And if people don't know how to be nice to others, they have difficulty stepping out of depression and anxiety and kind of getting things together and moving forward. Because when you make somebody else feel good, you feel good in return. Very crucial that parents spend time with their kids doing fun things, activities, teaching their kids the basic manners and how to adapt and how to get along with others and how to respond to others so life goes good for them. Also, make sure your kids get outside and do things. Limit the video games. A lot of kids that I'm speaking to, all they want to do is play video games, and they don't go outside much, and they don't have much to talk about with others. I mean, what are you going to talk about with a kid? All they do is play video games. I mean, that only goes so far. You're going to talk about the video games, or you're going to talk about social media with a teenager who is kind of hooked on her telephone. You're going to just sit there for hours and talk about social media. So that in-depth conversation, the things that make us interesting, that connect us, going deep below the surface, those types of things are getting lost. You know, hey, how you doing today? What are you up to? What are your likes? What are your dislikes? What are you listening to? Why do you listen to that? Man, I really like that tune too. You guys going on vacation this summer? Where are you going? Wow, that is awesome. All that stuff, it's getting lost because of this, this technology. And it's important that we get it together and we nip it in the bud now, because if we do not, I don't know what the world's going to look like in the years to come. Some people might say, well, it's all about change, and you know, and we have to adapt to change. Well, blah, blah, blah. I don't believe that. I think that we have to do something about this. And this trend is apparent right now with our grammar school kids, our middle school kids, and our teenagers. And we have to do something about it. The college kids, very few of them have problems. I'm seeing, you know, in regards to being motivated. Even the kids with the college students with high anxiety, social anxiety, are polite. They're motivated. They really want to get better. But the kids and the younger kids, it's a chore to get them connected, to get them to really want to do this for themselves. Because when we want to do things for someone else, it's very difficult to be motivated and to reach somebody else's objective rather than our own. So just wanted to let you know that. Sorry about the rambling, but I thought it was really important that I speak to you about this. You take care now. Have a great week, and I hope to see you soon. Love you guys. Adios.